if there's any part of you that thinks that you might want to try to start a YouTube channel, my message to you is to just do it. Whether you're a Gen Xer or just any age, really, there's information that you have in your head or experiences that you have that people would also like to get. And YouTube is the medium of the day to get it started. We're going to tell you a little bit about our start, and I'm just trying to push you over the edge to get you started. I don't know about you, but I spend way more time these days on YouTube than I do watching broadcast television.
That is a fact.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so much more convenient to go out and watch something that I want to watch, and it's in short bites, right? If I'm looking for a how-to video or if I'm looking for something on a particular subject, I can search on YouTube and then just make the determination on whether whatever I'm watching is credible or not.
Right.
But at least it's me, and it's not some broadcaster shoving something down my throat either. And I say all that to say it is the medium of the future, and people of our generation are turning to it more and more. So if you have something to share with people, it's a great time to get into YouTube. In the past, I've told you about how I got to this point, but just a quick recap. I started this channel about a little over a year ago, and I was doing commentary on stuff that was going on in the US. And the point of it was to try to get people to talk rather than to make a judgment based on what my opinion is that I sucked, right? So rather than that, let's talk about it so that we can understand each other. Well, 8 months into it, I kind of decided that it was going nowhere. And I had no design on ever trying to make money from YouTube. I just kind of wanted an outlet for what I was seeing as my frustration with the communication process and the way it's going in the country. Mm-hmm. But like I said, 8 months into that, I got so frustrated, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. And one day I came home and I told Robbie, we're going to switch directions and you're going to come on the channel with me. And she
didn't want to, was very apprehensive about it. He's like, oh, it's no big deal. We'll just sit down and have a conversation. And I'm like, this is so out of my comfort zone. I felt very awkward, very rigid. I don't know. It was just weird.
But she was a trooper and she jumped right in on it. And, you know, we've kind of focused on our journey towards retirement and what that's going to look like. And, you know, things that we're going to start to do and stop doing and just all kinds of different Gen X sort of related content.
Right.
And, you know, we've built up a little bit of a community out there and it's been great interacting with those folks. And I hope that continues. But what I really hope is that we can inspire other people of our generation or any generation to get out there and do this too.
Yeah.
If for no other reason, it is an outlet.
Right.
And, you know, some of the things that we've found so far is it's kind of fun.
It is. We have so much fun. We laugh, we blubber and say all kinds of dumb things and then sit and look at each other and giggle about it. It's like, well, that was really stupid. We better try that again. We have a good time. It really has been a good thing for us.
There's not a lot of couples that are out there doing this sort of thing. It's more of, you know, a guy or a gal, they're doing it on their own. And we've just found that it's fun to do it together. Not saying that that's the way to do it, just that we're finding it fun and engaging. If I had it to do over again, those first 8 months, I spent some money on stuff like a better webcam and some lighting and a teleprompter. I actually talked about that in one of my monetization videos.
You definitely bought some equipment.
Yeah, and it wasn't super expensive.
No.
But it's stuff that I now know I didn't need. I mean, right now we're videoing this on my iPhone.
Right.
And I think the quality is pretty good. The video itself is pretty easy to edit. And that's another thing. Editing, it's not as big a deal as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And at the beginning, it was taking me probably 2 hours to edit 15 minutes worth of content. Now I can probably do 15 minutes in 30 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, because number one, I'm not scripting anything, so there's not the flub ups to do. It's just us talking and sharing information. And it just seems to be more authentic. And I think that's what people want. They just want to see your authentic self because then they can see themselves in you.
Right.
Right? Whether it's a how-to video or an experience video, what people are looking for is, can I do that? or should I take that trip, or whatever it is. And that's the kind of stuff that you probably have to give to YouTube as well.
Right. People are looking for something to relate to, right? I mean, and
For sure.
and that's what brings people in and draws them in.
Like I said, in the beginning, I never had any design on making money from YouTube at all. And it's still really not a huge part of the equation. But looking back, I didn't need to spend any money. And when I did spend money before,
it wasn't, you bought some things, but he would always come and ask me, hey, are you okay if I buy this? I'm like, yeah. And then you usually would say, I've spent money on dumber things. And I'd be like, yeah, that's true. You have.
right. And I think when I was doing that, early on, it was like, I was just thinking of this as a hobby that I was getting into. Like, I have this YouTube channel, and like any other hobby, it's going to cost some money to do it right. Little did I know, you really don't need all that equipment. I mean, seriously, the phone and something to hold the phone up.
Right.
And, we have these mics, but these mics are only $35, right? So we have these just so that our audio is a little bit more clear. But other than that, you really don't need anything. And like I said, from an incomes perspective, I did a series earlier this summer on my path to get monetized. And I did it on a challenge myself. Again, not with any idea that I would ever, make any sort of money, but just challenge myself to be able to, or to meet the criteria that YouTube has. And you know what? After we got monetized at the end of August, the first month we made $600. And that's nothing to sneeze at. I mean,
right.
I know for many of you out there, $600 is a lot, and it's a lot for us too. But it's just, that's with just, a few thousand followers and a little bit of people watching.
And laughing, like having fun together. I mean,
for sure.
It's been an easy way to get money, honestly.
Yeah, and the second month is going to be about the same. Now, the next months, who knows? I mean, we've got 2 months under our belt now where we've been monetized. Who knows where it goes in the future? But if it keeps growing, it's definitely just another stream for us to have some fun money. Or, maybe we do buy something where we can just plop down some cash because we made a little extra money on YouTube. And, personally, it's great because all that stuff that I bought early on in the year, I can write off this year against this expense. So that's another plus to actually making a little bit of money from it. So in conclusion, I think what keeps people from doing YouTube mostly is you think, who wants to hear what I have to say? And
that was my take on it. Who wants to hear what I have to say?
Right. And it proved itself out a little bit in my first 8 months when I was kind of focusing on, people just need to hear this.
Right.
And when I switched over to just kind of being myself and just being authentic and talking about stuff that relates to people of our generation and our place in life, that's when things got better. That's when it became fun. And that's when more of you are watching. So if you're out there and you're thinking, should I do this? Or I could do that. I mean, if he can do it, I can do it.
Right.
I mean, they're not watching me because I'm cute. Maybe they're watching her because she's cute, but it's not me. It's just because we're authentic and we're talking about stuff that relates to so many people of our generation.
Right.
So again, if you want to try it, my message is do it. And don't be scared. Don't be worried about what people are going to think. Don't be worried about what people write in the comments. And people write some weird stuff in the comments. Some stuff that they didn't even watch the whole video, but they still write it. Who cares? You don't have to care what they think. You have a good time. You put it out there, and you'll watch people watch you, and that it's fulfilling. And for me, it's kind of pushed me over the edge that I'm not going to work any longer than I had planned to, right? And this is another hobby that I can do that will fill my time and keep me feeling like I'm accomplishing something,
or potentially helping people too.
Yeah, and helping people along the way. So we want to thank you for, if you're in our community and subscribe to our channel, thank you for that.
Yes.
If you're not, sign in, sign up for our channel, like this video and subscribe to us, and hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about what we're doing. Let us know what's holding you back from starting a channel, and let me respond to you and tell you why you should get over it. Okay? So again, thanks for watching, and God bless.